Welcome to the Time2Fly Podcast. It's time to give your business wings and take flight to achieve more impact, influence, and income with unique perspectives, tools, and tips from successful entrepreneurs and business professionals to help your business fly. Here to educate, encourage, and entertain you with their own unique perspectives and experience, plus sharing anecdotes of growing up as cowgirls. Here's your host, Nikole Hoshor.
Welcome to this episode of the Time2Fly Podcast. Give your business wings. I'm your host, Nikole Hoshor, visiting with you today about 14 social media trends that every marketer should know about in 2019. However, before we get started with this episode, I'd like to take a moment and give a big shout out to all of our listeners. We truly appreciate each and every one of you tuning in each week. Jill and I get asked by our family and friends how they can support us, even if they don't need Jill's consulting or my marketing skills right now. And the answer is simple. Share our Time2Fly podcast on your social media channels. It's as simple as that. And we truly appreciate those of you who take the time to share and comment on our episodes. Let's talk about the 14 social media trends that every marketer should know about in 2019. This information came from a Forbes Community Voice article that I read online, and there are some great tips in here. And I also want to give you my 2 cents or dollars worth of information with each of these 14 trends. So social media is no longer just a trendy marketing tactic. It's a crucial one. Today's consumers turn to social media to find brands they can trust, looking for user testimonials, examples of exceptional customer service, and more. So Forbes has a communications council where they routinely ask leaders in the social media and marketing industry to share their information. I'll make sure I post a link of the article in the show notes so you can review everything too if you would like. Number 1 comes from Holly Chessman of Glow Touch Technologies. There will be an increased demand for truly social engagement. People want to do business with companies they know, trust, and love. A company that simply uses social media as a medium for advertising is losing out on the most important piece, the social aspect, where you have the opportunity to build those all-important connections. I agree with Holly. You can't just put up an advertisement after advertisement. You need to have information relevant to your business and your industry, and you need to try to find ways to engage with your potential customer or client or your existing ones. One way I like to do that is by asking questions on my clients' social media channels and responding when people answer those questions. I also like to ask people to give us more information about a certain thing. Even if it isn't technically related directly to the business, it's driving engagement and you're getting to know your people. Number 2 comes from Lisa Guyot of College Possible. Data shows Facebook usage and engagement has dropped significantly. According to the Pew Research Center, 42% of users have taken a break from the site in the past year, and 26% have deleted the app from their phones. This doesn't mean it's a dead channel, but it does mean we need to explore alternatives. And if continuing to market via Facebook, we need to advertise less and engage more with users to help our brand stand apart from the noise. Once again, I agree with Lisa. I've known several people who have taken a 30-day cleanse from Facebook. I know a few people who don't have Facebook on their phone, or they actually log out of it and only log into it on their phone when they want to go on there. I personally have started getting more into watching YouTube videos and checking out Instagram and using Facebook more as a personal way to connect with friends and family who aren't nearby so they can see pictures of my son Lincoln. For my clients whose pages we manage, we like to, of course, keep people there, but now with my social media packages, I make sure to include a boost post budget because the engagement on Facebook is getting so low for pages at this point in time that if you don't boost your posts on a continuous basis, you're not going to have new people looking at your content. Number 3 is from Melissa Candle, the Little Word Studio. The growth of LinkedIn. Now, those of you who followed me know that I love LinkedIn. And this is what Melissa has to say. In terms of underrated social platforms, LinkedIn will be huge in 2019. So a few marketers have really taken advantage of LinkedIn as a publishing and content platform even if they urge a CEO to post occasional words of wisdom. Those who build out a strong LinkedIn strategy will get their brand's messages seen by a discerning audience, creating quality content, advice, and opportunities to engage. To hear more about ways to stand out on LinkedIn for yourself personally, be sure to listen to episode 12 of the Time to Fly podcast, where yours truly goes over simple steps to stand out on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is definitely a platform that has been underutilized, and I want to reiterate to people, you need to be on there, but you need to be professional. This is not the place to show your boozy cruise pictures, but it is the place to actually have conversations and to post meaningful content. Number 4 of the trends that every marketer should know about comes from Glenn Gray of the Buffalo Agency. Instagram stories. No secret here, Instagram stories continue to gain popularity and increased engagement via organic and paid methods. According to TechCrunch, in June 2018, Instagram exceeded 1 billion monthly users. And according to Business Insider, Instagram stories draws nearly 400 million users. According to Glenn, this is an essential in your social media strategy for 2019. Now, I will say this, I am beginning to like Instagram more from a personal consumer standpoint. As somebody who does marketing for other businesses, we do post on Instagram on your behalf, but I really push my clients to do actual stories and posts from their everyday businesses. I have a salon that has started to take that to heart, and they do Instagram stories talking and showing people transformations of hair color and hairstyles that they've done within the salon, and their growth is starting to show by sharing those natural stories that happen in their everyday business. So yes, you can hire somebody like Shield Bar Marketing to create content for Instagram, but a more authentic way is going to be having it come from you. So do both. That way you're consistent on Instagram or any other social media channels, but you also have that information that is going on in your business on a day-to-day basis out there for people to see. Number 5 comes from Keith Bendis of Float Hybrid. Interactive quizzes. Marketers must think about interactive content. Instead of shouting at your consumer, invite them into an experience. Interactive quizzes have taken the marketing world by storm, and software tools like Float IQ and BuzzFeed Quiz Generator make it easy for marketers to execute quizzes across their social channels. Just remember to plug into your e-commerce pages for the quiz to reveal to drive sales. Now, this is something I haven't done, and it's not a service that we offer, but it is a great way to drive engagement. Interactive quizzes, there's a ton of different ways to do it, but having that information is a great way to also get to know your potential client or customer better too. So then you can take that information and analyze the data and turn it into other things. And of course, you can also share the consensus of those quizzes. Like, did you know that 72% of people prefer whole wheat bread to white bread? Okay, totally made up, but you get the idea. That's information you can then repurpose and put back out there in different ways to drive even more engagement. So think about adding an interactive quiz as part of your social media strategy. Number 6, live video. This comes from Sarah Larson of Bright Cove. Visual is the new content medium on social, with live video being the most compelling way to communicate. Good live video is authentic, doesn't feel scripted, and connects with an individual on a mass audience scale. Marketers should actively use analytics and insights from live video consumption to learn more about their audience and deepen engagement with them. Live video is an awesome way to grow your fan base. Whether you're a personal brand or a company, showing what goes on in your business or in your personal life, depending on how you're building your business, is a great way to get people engaged with you. It's as simple as using a lapel mic and your smartphone and going live on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere else. Now, one thing I would love for you to do is, as soon as you do that live video, download and save it and then have it transcribed and made into blog posts and memes for social media. This is a service that we do offer at Shield Bar, and it's something that I really feel people will get a better use of their time out of. So simply do a live video, download it, transcribe it, make it into a blog post, and also then pull out information from there and create social media memes for it. You're repurposing content while still engaging people with that live video. Number 7 comes from Kara Cowie of SkillPath. Social media as a trust building platform. While public use of social media continues to grow, trust in social media has never been lower. Brands need to shift from maximizing their reach on social media to nurturing trust. To be considered an influencer, you'll want to have more intimate, transparent discussions with your followers. The viral nature of social media will help expose you to a wider audience. Yes, you need to build trust within your business. One of the ways to build that trust is to have honest reviews from your current customers and clients on all of your social media channels, and be sure to also have them on your Google My Business page. People do business with those that they know, like, and trust. And social media is a great way to share your story and get it out there so people know how to get a hold of you and can see how other people have benefited from the services or products that you offer. I'm going to take a quick sponsor break, and when we come back, I'll go over the next 7 social media trends you should know about for 2019, and also give you a bonus one that I think everybody needs to be taking advantage of too.
This episode is sponsored by Shield Bar Marketing, saving service-based businesses time, money, and frustration. More than just a designer, but a partner helping you develop a consistent online and offline strategy.
I'm back with social media trends you should know about for 2019. I'm your host, Nikole Hoshor, here with 8 through 14 and a bonus of my own. Number 8 comes from Mallory Walsh of Stackla, Consumers as Branded Content Creators. Social media and smartphones have given rise to the era of visual content. In 2019, users will continue to demand highly personalized visual experiences, and traditional brand-centric messaging won't make the cut. Spend less time creating ineffective content and more time tapping into the free, trusted, and authentic user-generated content your customers are creating about your brand every day. This especially works if you are a product-based business. So if you're an accessories business or you are selling water bottles or things like that, have people snap photos of them out and about using your products and have them tag you and share it to your different social media channels. It's a great way to grow your business. If you are more of a service-based business, getting those reviews and then screenshotting them and sharing them is a way to get that information out there. The more you can have other people tout your business, the better off you will be. So you need to work on creating raving fans. Number 9 is from Alex Gorachev from Cisco. More inbound requests through social channels. The use of social media will not slow down anytime soon. Marketers must be on top of the latest social media tools and platforms so they're able to quickly analyze trends and respond to customers proactively. Be prepared to see a larger volume of inbound customer requests via social channels. Monitor these channels proactively to respond quickly and keep customers satisfied. This is definitely something you should do. When you have a Facebook page, you can set up an autoresponder, and there are tons of tools and chatbots out there that you can use to seamlessly integrate into your website, into Instagram, into any of those. So when people contact you, they at least get an instant reply. Now, to me, having the bots and all of that reply is not as authentic, but it's a good way to get the initial contact there. Then you come in and answer their questions authentically. If you are starting to see that you get a lot of the same questions over and over, that is the cue to make sure that you create a frequently asked questions page and put it on your website and also within your social media. Number 10, brands using groups. This is what JD Prouder from Quora says. I think people will spend less time posting publicly online and more time in group chats. In 2019, brands will seek to be a part of the conversation by creating and growing groups built adjacent to their brand. It will be a place where brands can share inside jokes and stories and connect with smaller, dedicated groups of loyal people rather than trying to reach everyone. To me, this is how you're going to build those raving fans. You still need to have a page, especially if you're talking about Facebook, where you can put all of the content out there and then you can boost posts as needed. But by having a private group where people request to join, you can do several different things with that group. One, it's more of a private, intimate setting so people can share more stories. And two, when people request to join the group, you can actually ask them up to 3 different questions. And one of the questions in there I would highly suggest you ask is, may I add you to my email marketing list so you can get the latest news, tips, and trends for XYZ industry? If so, pop your email in here. If not, no worries, we can still be friends. That is another way to grow your email marketing, which will be a topic of an upcoming podcast. So make sure you subscribe to our Time to Fly podcast to get notified when that episode comes out. Number 11. Long form content marketing. This is from Edward Borley of Omniculture Marketing, Inc. The biggest misunderstanding about consumers is that they only engage with short, concise content. The truth is they will engage with what is interesting, no matter how long it is. Scientific evidence is proving that long-form content drives conversion and search engine optimization when done right. More brands and influencers will get into it as a way to tell their impactful stories. Just yesterday, I was having a conversation with a peer of mine who is starting her own social media business. And she's like, oh my gosh, I love to do these long posts, but the little social media tidbits are hard for me to do. And so I was like, you know what? Write that long form content. Then after you have the long form content done, take pieces out of it and use it for social media. Then you can do the SEO on your blog posts where your website hosts that. You're driving traffic there, but then you're taking snippets of that long form content and putting it out on social media and driving engagement through there. So yes, people, if they are interested and engaged in what you have to offer, will read that epically long blog post if they like what you have to offer. And just because you do long form content doesn't mean you can't repurpose it. That's one of the biggest things. Be sure to repurpose your content. Number 12, voice search on social media. This comes from Jeff Grover of Best Company. Voice search is already an emerging trend in the tech and internet spaces, but it has yet to make an entrance in the social media world. Voice search will be an integral part of a hands-free experience in tech, and that includes social media. Content marketers should be prepared to create content that can be read, watched, and listened to. As it is, most marketers stop short of recorded content. This to me is a very intriguing idea of the voice search on social media. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I will say that I feel that you need to do the video or audio and have that promoted, but then also have it transcribed and have it written into a blog post and then take pieces out of there and repurpose that content. So I think the voice search could be very intriguing as it comes into a bigger play within social media. But at this point, I honestly don't know that much about it. Number 13, more authentic influencer marketing. This is from Ahmad Daher of Denali Advanced Integration. Marketers became enamored with influencers in 2018. Many didn't understand the importance of partnering with influencers who truly love the brands they're endorsing. They simply hired people whose followers fit their target demographics. Social consumers are savvy and can sniff out inauthenticity instantly. In 2019, brands that win in influencer marketing will take a more authentic approach. I agree with what Mr. Daher is saying here. Yes, you can spend a boatload of money and have an influencer wear your product or drink out of your water bottle or shout out that they use your service. But if it's not authentic, people are going to see through that and be like, oh, really? Does Rihanna really wear that? Probably not. We never see her other than in this one little Instagram post. So yes, spending money on influencers can boost your sales, but you want to make sure that you're doing it properly. And you don't have to do the big name influencers. There are micro influencers in smaller niche markets that have just as powerful of followings, because if they endorse a product, let's say it's a chef who has a huge Instagram following because they're always sharing photos of beautifully plated food, and they say, I love these knives, and they actually use them, that is a huge way to market your product, even if it's not a huge celebrity like Beyonce or Rihanna or somebody like that, but a local micro influencer. Check into it and see who is local to you that would use a product that you are selling. Number 14, more behind the scenes reality. This is from Corey Keating of Equinox Funds. Reality, reality, reality. That's what we're all craving. Businesses that embrace social media and are comfortable letting the audience behind the curtain have a tremendous opportunity to significantly increase their brand reach. Most businesses approach social media as another outlet to disseminate an advertisement. However, as consumers, we're immune to it. This is where having an employee or yourself document the behind the scenes stuff that happens is fantastic, especially if you have a business that has action going on. For example, my salon client, they do cuts and colors on a daily basis. They have over 8 different stylists in there who are usually fully booked. And there's tons of opportunity for them to share before and afters, to show how different colors are mixed to create different hair shades. And it's a great way for them to share that insider information with people. People always love a good transformation story, whether it's weight loss, a new hairdo, or their vehicle going from a rusted out bucket to a brand new looking paint job. Those stories sell people. And that means when they come in, they want to use you because you've shown them how it works. So now for the bonus tip number 15. This is something that I am highly recommending to all of my clients and anybody who wants to talk business with me. Get your Google My Business page set up. All you have to do is go to business.google.com on your favorite internet browser. They prefer Chrome, of course, but you can do it on any browser and set up your business profile. You're going to take charge of what people see when they do a local search for your business. Now, if you work from home, like I do, you don't have to put in your personal address. There is a little box that you can check that says that you do not want to have your address shown, but it still shows up in local search. The Google My Business gives you the tools to update your business profile and engage with your customers from your phone, tablet, and computer. And the best part of all this is it is free. I actually have the Google My Business app on my phone, and all of my clients that are on there, we can manage their information from there on the go, including taking screenshots of the reviews that get put in there. 2 things I highly recommend that you do with Google My Business is 1, ask people for honest reviews on your Google My Business page. And 2, post content at least 1 time per week. This could be information that you're reusing from your other social media channels, from YouTube, from a podcast that you do, or even information on when you're opened or closed. Make sure you have your Google Business profile completely filled out and have the header photo and the profile photo there. The reason why I am such a big fan of Google My Business for local businesses is Google is the #1 search engine out there. And with their Maps feature, it is an easy way to get shown in local search results when people are looking for your type of business. So that's my bonus tip number 15. Make sure you set up your Google My Business account, you post to it 1 time per week at least, and you truly make sure you ask for those honest, authentic reviews. Be sure to join us for our next show of the Time to Fly podcast. Give your business wings. Subscribe to our podcast on your favorite player, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, or YouTube to be notified of new episodes.
A big thank you to this episode's sponsor, Shield Bar Marketing. Be sure to visit shieldbar.com for all your marketing needs.
Join our fly. Stay informed of all things Time to Fly by subscribing to our newsletter at time2flypodcast.com. And be sure to tune in to our next show.